Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about a story that just broke. He said this story happened Saturday in Brevard County, Florida. Shout out Brevard County. And it's about a 16-year-old girl who killed both her mother and her mother's boyfriend after making a fake 911 call about an intruder coming in the house and committing the crime. Now, we all know that raising children, especially teenagers, can be a problem and a hassle sometimes. But some of the ways these children express their anger in ways like that go far beyond human reasoning are head scratching. I'm going to show you this video and we're going to come back and talk about it because I want you to see the two reasons this person, this girl, the reason she gave of why she killed her mother and her mother's boyfriend. And you tell me if this is worth even picking a gun up and shooting somebody over. Take a look and we'll be right back.
Now to our top story today, a teenager arrested for killing her own mother.
Police also say the 16-year-old shot and killed her mother's boyfriend at the same time. It happened Saturday night at a home along Bencher Road in Palm Bay. That's just north of Malabar Road. News 6's Laverne McGee has been following this story. She has the latest.
Earlier today, we obtained the police report, which reveals very chilling details.
When they're passing by, they're always waving to everybody. So it's just like what I said, it's just shocking that, things happen to good people.
Rosalinda Canina told us she's having a hard time dealing with the fact that her neighbors here on Bencher Road in Palm Bay were victims of a horrible crime. 38-year-old Kelly McCollum and 22-year-old Matthew Snedrock were found dead by police just after midnight on July 7th. They were responding to a 911 call about a break-in, but ended up arresting the woman's daughter. 16-year-old Julia Egler is accused of shooting and killing her mother and her mother's boyfriend before police say she placed a phony 911 call for help. News 6 is choosing to name the teen due to the nature of the crime and the charges she faces. Egler faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, accused of using her mother's .38 Special to commit the crime. The report says Egler claimed an intruder had broken into their home, but then ended up confessing she had committed the crime. The report also says, quote, Julia was not happy with the fact that Kelly was not very accepting of her transition, and she also did not like that Kelly was dating Matthew, who was 22 years old, end quote. People in the neighborhood are trying to deal with this tragedy.
It's horrible. I mean, I don't know the details. It's just shocking to know that that kind of violence happens, especially with a young person in this neighborhood. And I just hope that everybody, is okay.
Laverne McGee, Getting Results, News 6.
All right, guys, that's the story of what happened to Miss Kelly McCallum or McGollum. May she rest in peace. Man, I ain't got my notes. I'm all over the place right now. But anyway, her daughter, as you can see, was going through a transition. And her reasoning for her at 16 years old to kill her 38-year-old mother was this. She was mad because the mother wasn't in agreement with her transition. Okay. And number 2, she didn't like the boyfriend because he was 22 years old. Now, I will say this real quick. It's strange nowadays how people come across and find love with each other or just choose to deal with certain people to have a relationship with. But I mean, if you look at this from the outside looking in, it seemed like a bunch of confusement. 38-year-old mother dead, 22-year-old boyfriend dead. 16-year-old woman, trans man, woman. I don't even know what a girl that's a trans man, right? I'm asking Tony. I don't even know. But either way, should never happen. You mad because your mom is not willing to go along with the whatever you feel as though you going on with your life, of you not wanting to be a man or a woman or whatever. Things are what they are. I don't know a lot of parents that would be on board with something like that anyway. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, it's going to be normal for a parent to oppose somebody being whatever they was born. That happens. That's not a reason to kill them. You could have left the house if you felt as though it was like that. Another thing is this. You didn't like that the boyfriend was 22 years old. I don't fault her for that, y'all. I don't. Your mom is older. She got a boyfriend that's 6 years older than you. That would make some kids a little bit unsettled, if you know what I'm talking about. But I mean, it's her mom's choice. She living in her mom's house. Mom, do what you want. That's not a good look, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's get back to this story, man. She made a 911 call that was fake. I think it was a little bit more than that. I think that was the reasoning, but it was a buildup that led this girl to do this type of stuff. Whether she was frustrated or not. This guy is 6 years older than her. I'm sure they done bumped heads and she probably was like, you don't even belong over here. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me nothing, you know? But then again, people pick who they with and the outcome is what it is in a lot of cases like this. You know, kids don't watch. They don't do what you say. They do what you do. So she made an erratic decision to take her mom's life and the boyfriend. It might have been a reflection of what she's seen growing up, seeing the irrational decisions her mom made, because that right there looked crazy. And I'm not judging because, I mean, people can be with whoever they want to be with. But I mean, from a male standpoint, and fellas, you know, and women too, if you see a guy, hell, my age, with somebody 20 years old, something's wrong. Something's off. You know, what's the basis of that relationship and vice versa? You never really see a young, hot guy with an old woman. You don't. But I mean, it's neither here nor there, man. She made the fake 911 call, blamed it on the intruder. What if she had stuck to the story and people believed her? She gave a description of a guy that didn't even exist and somebody got locked up and took the rap. That's why I don't give her no respect, regardless of what she was going through with her personal struggles of identity. You know, that's on her. But I mean, to blame an invisible man doing it, invisible suspect, and you had a motive to do this, should have stood on it. That's the only problem I got with this whole situation besides you killing your damn mom. Parents are parents for a reason. They ain't here to be your friend. Only when you go up and get into adulthood and go through some of the same things that they tried to teach you and warn you about, then you understand. Either way, man, this is a tragedy all the way around the board. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. As parents, man, your kids watch you, even when you think they're not. See you in the next video. Take care. One more thing, man. Let me say this real fast. It seems like nowadays, and I don't know if it's the parent, and it has to do something to do with the parent, but it seems like the kids nowadays, they had this sense of entitlement like I've never seen. For real. Now, I just did this story, right, about the mom. I think her having a guy that's almost as young as her daughter and her seeing that was not a good thing. But I mean, when they do stuff like that, kids question you sometimes. I done got my mouth slapped many a time saying something that was common sense. Seeing an adult parent or just an adult doing something that I was taught not to do. So there's a lot of confusion out here. But I mean, the way now, these kids are just killing their parents like they're not even accepting of the sacrifices made to even have them in the position they are in now to make a judgment call against somebody. It's wild out here now where like people just feel as though they've been here since the beginning of time and they don't come from nobody and they are above any type of reproach or teachings whatsoever, regardless if it's from a parent or not. Being a teenager is never easy. With your hormones and, you know, you thinking you know everything and all this other stuff and feeling like, you know, you get to the point where you start to separate from your parents and go into your own full-fledged adulthood, it still ain't no reason to be disrespectful, especially in the way of this video I just told you. Thanks for listening.